Our goal in this video is to introduce a great new 401k investing tool that your company has made available to you, the 401k investor. So we're going to talk about some of the benefits of this tool, highlight some of the details, but ultimately explore ways that you can use it to benefit yourself. This is a tool that will help you stay on track and invested according to your timeline without you having to get involved with the details, so you can focus on the things that matter to you, such as your job, your family, or who's going to get a rose in the next episode of The Bachelor. All while knowing that your 401k account is invested appropriately according to your goals and your timeline. Kind of a set it and forget it approach. Here's the problem. Up to this point in your investing life, you've been expected to be the expert and make all the important investment decisions in your 401k plan. And that's a tall order. You may be a great nurse or engineer or service manager, but expecting you to be an investment expert would be like expecting your mechanic to act as your dentist and perform a technical root canal. That may hurt a little. So what often happens is that instead of your accounts growing like they should over your lifetime, they don't grow at all. Or they move in the exact opposite direction, and that's a problem. Luckily, there's an easy solution for you, and they're called target retirement funds. They accomplish with your investments what you should be trying to accomplish over time by 1, diversifying your account. All of the different investment pieces such as bonds, stocks, and cash are selected for you in a nice and neat portfolio according to your time frame. And 2, they change with you over time so that you're not invested the same way when you're 5 years from retirement as you are when you're 25 years from retirement. To explain in more detail, let's build a scenario. Assume that Albert is 48 years old and he's planning to retire around the age 65. Let's also assume that Albert loves his job as a train conductor and has decided to take advantage of the 401k benefits that his company offers. His company, by the way, is called Train Rails Across the Continent, or TRAC for short. Now, Albert is one of the top conductors for TRAC, but when it comes to investing, he loses steam, pun intended, and doesn't put in the required time and effort that he should to research and monitor his investment options. He knows he's saving enough, but he also knows that he needs to capture a modest return on his investments in order to meet his goal. But Albert isn't so clear on what investment options he should select from TRAC's 401k plan to accomplish that goal. So Albert decides to let the experts be the experts, and he selects a target retirement fund that falls in line with his future retirement age of 65. Because it'll be right around the year 2030 when Albert retires, he opts to put 100% of his savings into this investment option, the Target Retirement 2030 Fund. Had Albert been 10 years younger, he might have selected the 2040 Retirement Fund, since his retirement age would then coincide with the year 2040. But he's not. He's 48, and so he selects the appropriate fund. Albert knows that like all of the other mutual fund options offered in TRAC's 401k, he's not stuck until the year 2030. But he can trade this mutual fund option as he sees fit. So the investment team that manages the 2030 fund selects all the different pieces to the puzzle, such as international and U.S. stocks, bonds, cash, etc., always keeping an eye towards the 2030 timeline. So today, since Albert's about 17 or 18 years out from retirement, the investment team uses more of a moderate aggressive approach. However, as Albert approaches 65, that fund will become more and more conservative and will change without Albert having to do anything. It's dynamic. This way, Albert will not be invested the same way when he's 65 as he is when he's 48. So for Albert, and maybe for you, that's huge. You can stick to a game plan based on your goals and not have to be involved in the minor details on a day-to-day basis. Set it and forget it approach. So you can focus on the things that matter to you, such as your job, your family, and keeping up with who's getting a rose on the next episode of The Bachelor.